Hello, listener, and welcome to Tin Portalers, the show where we bounce around a whole bunch of different games and systems and hopefully do so in a somewhat coherent manner, but no guarantees. I am Seth, I am writer and game master, and with me I have...
I am David, and tonight I'm sporting the smallest of the popular Japanese blades, a Tonto.
And I'm Rachel. I am currently thumbnailing, as it were, for our logo.
Yes, I look behind the screens of the silk screens of the process. No, and also we have...
And I'm Kyle, and I'm helping out with the thumbnails because we're both creative in that way. So, yeah.
You art people.
You engineer person.
Yeah, that's right.
You.
And you writer guy.
You are a skilled thumbnailer. When last we left our heroes, after an uncomfortable encounter in this new land with some villagers who did not appear to be too comfortable with your presence, and they're all up in their business, you decided to extricate yourselves from that unwelcome...
We skipped town before they killed us.
Yes. I mean, who knows if you'd have pushed them that far, but my guess is yes.
Ow.
And set out to, hey, maybe find Mudarkatal, your four-armed alien combat instructor from Yatama Lodge, who came with you in this excursion into this world, because that's what we do here, listener. You were then brought back to the village by some calamity seeming to befall it, and in kind of a reversal of the Seven Samurai setup, because we have watched that recently, listener. The villagers were handling themselves pretty well. And
then we showed up.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Hideyoshi did some pretty cool stuff, but Minfus especially, Doji Min in this reality, was a little ungraceful in his execution of combat.
A little bit of
I killed two guys.
Yeah, and
I ran away.
Yeah, your freaky little small
goblin face,
discomfiting countenance is what it's called in this game. And following this, there was really no gratitude from the villagers for your part in the conflict that had taken place, that had seen the invading members of what you have come to identify as the Okita League, some kind of banding together of Ronin and scallywag soldiers about the lands. And you at least walked away from the conflict with some horses that had been relieved of their riders during the encounter, and set out once again, and you were content to be pursuing your own paths, whatever you might decide upon, when this kid shows up, a kid you'd met before. He was the child of one of the villagers whom you had met before. Her name was... Anyway.
I have it written down on a butcher it. Kawarina?
Kawaranai.
That was close.
Yes. And her son...
Does somebody else want to take this? Or I can try to butcher it again.
I don't have
Go for it. Butcher away.
Isadon? Isadahon.
Isoda-san.
Isoda-san. Like I said.
Sure. Anyway, Isoda-san.
Isoda-san.
He showed up and informed you that he was going to go and take down the Wakened, the apparent leader of the Okita League, and he wished to secure your services as warriors. Present company excluded as he regards Doji Min. But you determined that, hey, this kid might be able to provide some useful knowledge, and if we go with him, we can hopefully keep him from getting himself killed, maybe? Because he seemed intent on going regardless of whether you win or not. And so, Memphis, you had left a note, as I recall, informing the boy's mother of the fact that you had taken her child. And
I did word it in such a way that it sounded like he
took us.
Yeah, he took that.
He's the one who kidnapped all of us.
We were taken hostage by a small boy.
only in that, I guess it's abducted in that sense because you are not kids. Anyway,
I think you can kidnap adults.
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but I think people use it like that anyways.
I-
Because
Yeah, I believe
English.
so.
Yes.
Anyway,
So, as you had set out and passed briefly through some Lion Clan territory, Isoda-chan had
I'm so
put
sad.
forward that,
We're off to see the wizard doesn't work for some
Yeah.
reason. Sorry.
I mean, there are magic wielders in this land, and,
We might see one.
yeah.
I'm a magic wheel, dude.
But no, you're
Yes.
on a dirt path, not a brick road, and had corrected your course perhaps more towards the Crane Clan lands, as one of you has some knowledge and hopefully ties to their number, and that might ingratiate you somewhat, hopefully, unless they get a look at his face. And so, as we had left off, you were hiking off, well, trotting off into the sunset, I suppose. So, sunrise, because it was morning at that point. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, you're heading off
That's
towards
right.
the Crane Lands, and as we pick up there, you have set out toward your goal, whatever that may be.
I'm not sure what our goal is at this point.
We need to find some Crane officials and get those badges whose name is in my notes that I don't have with me right now.
Koyasura. Badges Koyasura.
Koyosuru.
Suru. Like I said.
Badges of Koyosuru, which you've come to understand appear to be some sort of official mark to signify, regardless of clan or station, that you are in fact part of the official either
good
samurai or fighting force of the various clans, so that it is signifying that, hey, these individuals are not of the Okita League. Since you do not have any of the badges of Koyosuru, everyone at this point is kind of assuming that you are Okita League.
Right. We basically need the 007 license to kill type of thing. Without the license to kill part. We need a permit.
Adventuring permit.
Right.
Okay.
I have a license. Anyway.
So, are you wishing to speak amongst yourselves, or are you pressing on in your excursion? Basically, this is Game Master asking, what's the plan?
I believe the plan is the kid's gonna point us in the direction of the nearest town or village or castle that is suitably large enough where we can talk to someone in authority about getting a Koyosuru badge.
Okay.
Well, if we're doing the closest castle, that would be the lion one, wasn't it?
But we wanted to go to Crane Lands because you're a crane.
Right. But that should be more height.
Yes.
You are also where, as of where you were, it's slightly further, and you kind of have to cut a little bit through lion territory to get to the Crane Lands, but it's not incredibly out of the way. From what you gather, the stronghold of the Okita League is actually kind of stationed betwixt the borders of the two clans, so that's kind of where you are right now. You've just the village you just came from was actually kind of on the fringes of the Spine of the World mountains, and so you're exiting out of there and kind of coming into stretches of grassland, and off in the distance kind of see a great stretch of flowing water that kind of carves northwest up through the lands. As your heading at this point is almost directly eastward. So you'll be crossing the river, is what I'm telling you.
Gotcha.
Is there a good place to cross, like a bridge or a ferry or shallows?
Well, do you wish to reach the river and attempt to assess it at that point, or are you going to try to diverse your course and hope that you find something?
Is there trees to climb?
There might be some scattered trees at this point, but probably nothing.
Tall enough to really see
Yeah,
much?
it's not like you're in the middle of a forest at this point. Once you've exited out of where the spine of the world mountains are, it's getting to be more grassland.
I still, because I'm bored, look for a tall tree and climb it.
Okay. Tall tree. We'll see how tall of a tree you're able to find.
Oh, look, it's only 3 feet tall.
Do you want to use my dice roller?
I mean, I have dice.
I think you require some 10-sided dice at the moment.
I think you
With
can get
numbers.
10-sided dice in this.
But he's got them there.
With
Yeah, see?
But physical dice.
See, look! Look!
We have here.
Physical dice, Master Race.
You find a 7-foot tree.
I climb to the top of it and I feel tall.
It sways beneath your weight.
I think light. I think really light.
I'm probably about 8 feet up in the air on top of my horse. I look over. Saheen, what do your elven eyes see?
It's like a TV shot where it's like right up close and you see her. She scaled up to the top of the tree
And I
it's
look
hanging out.
grandiose.
And then she zooms out and Hideyoshi is sitting there on his horse.
Jack Sparrow style.
Yep.
I get down, get back on the horse.
I ask the boy whose name I forgot already.
Isoda-shan.
Isoda-chan. I ask
You can call him
Isoda-chan.
Iso if you want.
I ask Iso if he knows where there is a crossing of the river.
He looks up and down the length of it. Honestly, this is farther than I have ever gone before. But I do know that there is talk of small settlements and ferries along the river.
Well, 2 things. One, we're on a dirt road.
It's
Ideally, this dirt road would lead somewhere, and if it veers towards the river, ideally it's going to hit a pass of some sort.
I'm gonna have to say, when he said ferries, I thought fantasy ferries, not
We're not in
water
that kind of world.
ferries. Which actually, water ferries are still technically a anyways.
Well, the closest thing to fairies in this world are kami, which one of them is currently living inside of Hideyoshi.
And there's the water coming too. Oh, I know. I'll just ask my sword to part the waters. I don't know how to do that.
We could freeze the water.
That is an option for later.
Yeah.
Also, since poor Memphis, or Doji Min, is very concerned about the poor mentor person that's supposed to be guiding them in this whole shenanigans, and considering that we are now been abducted by a kid, in all of his going to school years or time over at the lodge, has he ever came across something saying, like, obviously in our last previous outing somewhere out in the space, 18, whatever it was,
Yes.
one of us was planetside, another of us was planetside, someone's off in space.
Mm-hmm.
How far can you exactly be apart from each other when you all exit through the same portal? Has it ever been recorded, like, weird oddities of that happening before?
Pretty much as you manifest in a new world, as it's think of it as you're looking at a range of results. If something goes horribly wrong, you're looking at a kind of a range of results as like a Star Trek transporter accident. So there's a wide array of possibilities that might befall you, just by the whole stream of circumstances that come into bringing 2 different realities into alignment, and then people essentially zapping over and manifesting in a different world and in a different form. There's a lot that could potentially go wrong. It usually doesn't. It's like a Star Trek transporter where it's usually fine unless they need an episode where Geordi becomes a cat or something.
Okay, got it. So
something pretty terrible could have befallen our mentor.
It's nothing that you've ever heard of in like I don't know if like any of you guys know that like those old rumors of like the World War II experiments where people were trying to fiddle about with like teleportation and getting fused into ship holes and that sort of thing. As far as you know, nothing like that.
That's fantasy World War II, right?
I mean, yes, but there's like whole conspiracy theories about this, like in real world, that are like, no, this actually happened. Which who knows? But
I mean, we all know that the Nazis have moon base on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
And cloaking technology, obviously, for that to work.
The amount of power that it would take to do something like that would exceed the amount of power that human beings were capable of producing.
It's obviously ridiculous. What I'm saying is...
Which means it's great.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So it's highly unlikely that he
probably did not come to a grisly end in the actual act of manifesting in this world, but you don't know what could have befallen him since, because he might have potentially turned up anyway.
Honestly, I'm not super concerned.
Basically, we don't know if we're heading towards him or away from him. It doesn't. We have
No, we're heading towards him. Fate. Destiny.
I was going to say, this world, I don't know if it's a sphere, so technically I don't know if you're always heading towards it. Anyway.
I am... Hideyoshi is confident that they will meet with him again.
Okay.
When we'll meet again, don't know when.
And I guess in that case, we proceed down the road looking to see where it is hopefully going to cross the river.
Okay. As you just continue along the road, it actually comes up a couple hundred meters as the point where, as the river rises and falls, it's not going to be, washing over the road and flooding it over. But you get to the point, what?
You could say we just came right around the riverbed?
No.
Oh.
But you come to the point where the road simply kind of veers off in either direction and runs parallel to the river for a while in either direction. As you look down off to either end, I don't think any of you have any sort of far sight abilities or anything like that. Nope.
Well, if you want, I can go commune with the spirits, but that takes a while.
Let's just keep walking for now.
Out of curiosity, while we're walking, I'm going to go look up and see what that exactly does.
So Memphis just kind of out of nowhere, oh, well, I can commune with the spirits, and everybody's just like, nah, we're good.
Okay, and I'm like, sure.
By the way, how is this horse situation set up? Because we only have 2 horses?
You got 2 horses. There are 4 of you, so...
And so there's a horse that has, and thanks to me, injured leg.
I believe...
the injured leg horse you'd left behind.
What? What?
So we only have 1 horse.
Oh, no, you had taken a bum horse, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
My apologies.
We were pretty much told, in no uncertain terms,
yes,
we were taking...
because of 4 rolls, you were informed that you were taking the horse with the bum leg. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
And I believe we are putting Memphis and the kid on the bum horse.
I mean, that would make the most sense, the lighter 2.
Yeah, the lighter 2 and the one who was...
I was
Kind of
not... I was taking whichever horse was available.
Yeah, and I guess I'm going to share that with you.
Hello there.
I'm just expressing how Sane would feel about this whole
I mean,
situation.
you can always walk. It's not like you guys are pushing your horses to...
I might just walk.
Actually, I'm probably... I think, yeah. I am...
Nobody has informed me that you are galloping at this point, so I haven't been making you roll for fatigue or anything like that.
I think Saheen is walking and then not quite hyperactive kid level, but wandering off to climb a tree, just bored, so bored out of her mind.
You go for a walk with your dog and you let it off the leash and it's just doing orbits around you.
Not quite that bad, but it's some
wander over sniff that, wander over pee on that, wander over bark
okay,
at that.
No. There's no sniffing or peeing. Okay.
But there's barking.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Also, I understand in fantasy tales when they talk about people traveling long distances, there is no talk of bodily functions, but there will be.
Well, okay, but not in that sense.
Okay. You are
So
not marking
he's
your
not going to
territory.
mark your territory.
But no, this is definitely not my territory.
Okay.
Just gonna say that.
This is true. You are
This is
little
lion territory.
fish out of water. But essentially, as you reach where I was going, is as you reach the branch of the road, it runs basically northwest and southeast along this river. Which way do you go?
Well, since we're stopped here at the river, while they're deciding which way they go, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know what exactly is a support action. What's a support action per se?
A support action
Yeah! Lay it on me,
is
boss.
precisely what I'm going to tell you
Oh boy, I can't wait.
when I refresh my memory.
Well, actually, it also says rituals are performed during downtime and potentially during other types of scenes at the GM's discretion. So, GM,
Yes.
while they are deciding which way they want to go, could I commune with the spirits and commune with since we are at a river, commune with the water spirits to go figure out spiritual knowledge. Learn one fact that spirits know about the area. Possibly a way to cross the river.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yes.
All
I
right.
suppose you can, because I can't think of a good reason why not.
So you guys are figuring out which way you want to go. I'm going to do it and do that.
What I would like to do is I would like to look at both paths and determine which one is more aesthetically pleasing with an aesthetics attune check.
Interesting. Okay.
And just to remind you really quick, the white dice are for ranks in the skill, and
Correct.
the black dice are for the ring.
ring.
Gotcha.
So your ring rating.
Sorry, to interrupt.
Alright, good for check.
Yeah.
And I got... Oh dear. I guess I'll keep it all. I got 1 success, 1 opportunity, and 2 strife.
Okay. It apparently takes a bit of a toll on you trying to determine which path is prettier.
Wait, what?
Yes. And so as you look off to the left, it looks a little discolored, a little jaundiced, a little yellow in the grass. However, as you look to the right, it seems to grow a little more lush as you head to the southeast.
Don't you just get your head out of...
Sentience, calming breath.
I'm short enough. What more do you want from me?
Are you doing standing up in the saddle?
No. I was imagining that I was next to the water.
Alright, so you have dismounted and...
Right, yeah. So I'm already like,
Yeah.
my, what is it, 4-foot frame is already kind of kneeling anyway. So what more do you want?
Martian walk over to the water.
Right, yeah. And I had, it struck at number 1, but I have 2 success, 1 strife, and 1 opportunity.
Okay. As you commune with nature,
Well, I like to do it.
you as well feel that the southeast, you feel as though the spirits are like directing you. The calming of the world are indicating that as this water passes off southeastward, it rather soon opens up into a larger body of water, and at the mouth of the river opening up into the lake. It's there is some kind of small, graciously might be called a settlement, but it appears as though it's a bit of a setup. Like an inn and maybe a couple of just outdoor bars and like little
That was
stands like that. But there does appear to be some sort of
crossing.
yes, a ferry like set up to kind of drag across along, like as you're on the raft setup, you roll yourself across via rope.
And that was toward which way of the river? Southeast, and that was toward
That's turning right.
right. But that was also for.
That is the direction that I determined was prettier.
Yes.
Okay. Well done, sir. Well done. Out of curiosity. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm good. All right. I'll go ahead and brush off my knees since I probably got some dirt on them and thank the what are they called? Kami.
Yes.
For showing me this.
Kami ha.
Yeah. And go ahead and inform my companions of, since I don't know what Hideyoshi saw, inform my companions of what I found out.
What makes you think this is a settlement over there?
And yes, you
The water spoke to me.
you speak up, it's like the water spoke to me, and you
Right.
say it also seems prettier in that direction, more drawn simply that way. And
There's more green over there. I like it. Let's go.
Isoda-shan just pipes up. Also, that is the direction of the Crane Lands.
Like I said, we are going that way.
Let's go.
And you're all determined together, simultaneously, that you will turn right. And you walk parallel with your horses along the river for some time. Soon getting dark as the full day of travel has basically brought you to the river, essentially. And you bed down for the evening, unless you wish to push on.
I made a travel check, and travel is my passion.
Yes.
I forgot the rules for that.
That means
I can remove.
Basically, after performing a check related to your passion, remove 3 strife.
Yeah.
So I gained 2 strife and removed 3.
Yes.
Awesome.
Question.
Yes.
Could I say that my running around and checking out all the thing was fulfilling my passion of curiosity?
You need to perform a check related to your passion.
So.
I mean, I'm just asking.
No,
If not, it's fine.
no. We'll do this.
Okay.
What would I call that? What am I gonna call?
Like, what would I find if I checked for like being curious and like if I'm just looking for like things?
I'll call
things
it.
of interest.
I'll call it survival innovate.
Survival innovate. So that would be the fire rate.
Yes.
Okay. So I have 1 rank in survival. So that means the ring die are the black again.
Correct.
Yes.
So I have 3 fire, and then I have 1 skill, so 1 of those.
Yes. And you keep as many dice as your fire rating.
And is that before or after explodes?
That is before explodes.
So you can choose to keep the exploded one and then get whatever the result is as well.
Yes. So
So I choose what I keep before I explode dice.
yes, you have to keep the exploders if you want to explode them.
Okay.
Think of an exploder like an egg, and then the subsequent die is the chicken.
So you're saying that the egg came first before the chicken?
Yeah, I said it.
Whoa.
There's that problem solved.
Right there. Next is why the chicken crossed
And
the
then
road.
after I explode, I can choose to keep the exploded dice or not, or can I
Correct.
remove more dice after that?
You can choose to keep them or not keep them, but only those dice.
Just the exploders?
Yes, just
Okay.
the one, just the re-rolls or the additional rolls
Okay.
can be chosen or rejected.
I'm going to stick with 2 success and 2 stray.
Okay. So as you are darting about and climbing little saplings,
I just really feel like, you know, she's a little like reckless at times, so it's just kind of like running around and just like she's bored.
Yep.
So bored.
It's a long way to
Nice.
Tipperary. And as you are darting along and getting the lay of the land, you are looking off to the northwest,
Mhm.
the way the river goes. You are actually able to ascertain that it looks as though there is some kind of recent moderately heavy traffic that appears to have come this way, and it
Is it
appears to-
signs of moderately heavy traffic?
Yeah, so
or
basically
actual
horses have come through here, and
traffic? Of what?
more horses and more foot traffic that appear to have gone off towards the Cranelands have made their way down from where the Lion clan
Lion clan towards where?
northwest.
I don't know what that means.
So they're going the opposite way that we're going.
Basically, you are gauging that somebody is passing through Lion Clan lands and coming and going the way you have just come into the Spine of the World Mountains.
So meaning possibly the horsemen we saw trying to subdue the town?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
And where's their base of operations again?
Where the Okita League is stationed appears to be further up to the northeast.
But this was not coming from that direction, or it was?
Well, to go directly northeast would be right across the river, and there's no passing here. So,
Okay, so they came through the Lion Clan territory.
yes, which you know to be a bold move, because the Lion Clan does not suffer interlopers very well.
And do I happen to know if this village that we're going to, the river crossing, is that in Lion Clan lands, or?
Nope. At that point, you feel as though you're probably still within Lion territory, but soon enough you'll be passing into a bit of a no man's land and then passing into Crane lands.
So because I did the passion thing,
You removed weak wife.
okay, so I removed 3 strife.
But you took 2.
I took 2, so I can remove 1 from my
Correct.
total? Okay. Just making sure that's how this works. So that means I am now at 2 strife out of 6.
Oh, nice.
So everybody's feeling a little calmer.
Yeah, I'm getting out some energy.
Yeah. A long, boring day on the road. And so, as you've begun turning off towards the southeast, the darkness has overcome you at this point. You wish to press on through the night, or are you...
Well, we're not in the village yet.
Yep.
How far away are we from the
It's
village?
probably another day and a half travel.
Oh, so we got still a ways to go.
Yeah, let's take a nap.
Alright.
We
We
will.
want to wander a little ways off the road and set up in a
Off the road.
preferably kind of secluded place.
Okay.
Also, weather-wise, last I remember it was raining and downpouring. Is it still raining?
The day before, it had been rather rainy, downpouring, and drizzly as the night had come. But at this point, it's mostly just overcast. It hasn't really seen fit to set upon you with a deluge. Hideyoshi, you're trying to find a suitable campsite. What did I call this last time? I'll call it...
Survival of some sort.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Survival...
We're going to call on the
We'll call it just for the general check of finding a suitable campsite and some food for the evening. We'll just call it a survival subsist.
Okay.
Which all of you are acting together in this, so presumably you could all roll together when we roll.
Sure.
So roll.
Well, aiding.
So
how
what does
it
that
work
mean?
again?
If anybody's got more ranks, they get to use your ranks, I think. And if anybody's got more void, they get to use your void.
Okay,
yeah, more void
so
than I do.
it's a survival check.
Yeah.
I have 1 rank.
I got 3.
So
You just
I don't think. Does anybody have more than 2 void?
Nope.
Then I think I'd just get 1 ring die as a bonus.
I have 2 void.
Okay, I also have 2.
You have 1.
Okay. Well, I don't want to use any of those dice, and I get to keep 2, so I'm going to keep 1 success, 1 opportunity.
okay. You are able to find a suitable place to camp down out of hopefully kind of down in a copse away from the road and whatever traffic might be coming through. And unfortunately, it does not appear to have a great deal of sustenance within. So if you have trail rations, you can make use of those, but you are not really able to.
I have
locate.
4 days rations. So, I have some rations.
I believe I also have rations.
I'll split it, though, with our little abductor.
He's sitting there and just kind of arms folded as he's sitting a ways off from the rest of you.
Yes,
He doesn't ask. He's
I
just
have 4
sitting there.
days of rations as well.
So mark 1 off if you are.
And I'm sharing, so do I mark 2 off?
Could I is there anywhere we could find food?
Well, that's what
Hideyoshi
the
was
survival
trying.
check.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
so
as you're all
I
getting
can't
around-
try again.
No, this was the check. So like
Okay.
as you were all getting ready for the evening.
The day's rations is just for 1 person, so it's
Yep.
not like we could share.
I mean, you could, but
It wouldn't be
I'm
very
gonna go-
effective. So okay.
Give him one of my day's rations, and so I'm going to mark off 2.
he does kind of give you squints as you like this freaky little man is handing him some food, but he reaches out. Seems that he's been at least taught some manners. Just bows slightly to you.
I'll bow back.
Thank you. And
You're
just
welcome.
begins nibbling away at it.
Does he have any, like, bedroll or anything?
He appeared to just kind of brought along a Linus blanket.
Okay.
But that was
The whole
yeah.
I thought you gave him something, though.
Yeah, but, yeah.
If we loot the horses,
Yeah.
I think didn't we find some equipment on them?
Yes,
that we could use?
I believe there was some basic.
You gave him
Yeah.
something, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll pitch my tent after I finish eating, and I will take first watch.
I shall try to pitch my tent. Since I remember you helped me last time, so I shall pitch my own tent and
Okay.
try to do it. I don't know what that is this time. Or unless you include that in survival check.
Yeah, in the interest of time, we'll
no worries.
That's part of setting up the camp for the evening.
And I guess I'll take second watch again.
Okay.
Like I did the other time.
Okay.
Even though the kid doesn't really like me all that much, I'll offer for him if he wants to sleep in a tent that he can sleep inside of my tent with me. Obviously, separate from each other, but since I imagine since I'm rather small and it's a what size tent.
It's a one-person tent.
Yep.
But since I'm on the smaller side, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Since I'm not too familiar about this whole culture thing, I'll let him sleep in the tent. I'll sleep outside.
Oh.
Even though that's not the samurai way.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
At your offer of that, he just kind of, his eyes go wide. Just,
yeah, I'd probably give you one of these.
I couldn't do that, sir.
Seeing Hideyoshi's reaction, since poor Memphis has no idea about this whole cultural thing at all, besides a little bit, I will apologize that I get to sleep in my tent, but feel bad about it because I make a kid sleep outside.
Welcome to being a samurai.
Right? I'm a jerk.
He just kind of goes over and, as one of the horses is curled up on the muddy ground, Soda-chan just kind of tucks himself into the belly of the horse and just kind of slumps over and is
when you said the belly of the horse, I was thinking the whole, Hoth, Luke thing. It's
okay.
No, don't
on the
outside, please.
No, the horse is still intact. He's just pressed up against it for warmth.
Okay.
What
season?
Season 2. Sorry.
You're unlucky this game has no destiny points.
Wow. At this point, kind of look early autumn.
Okay.
So it's getting a little colder.
Okay.
Towards the evening. Okay.
Rock's fault. Everyone dies.
An uneventful night passes. You all...
Wow, okay.
Yeah. As the 3 watches you have set up each go without incident.
Oh, so we don't have to roll?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Did you wish to accomplish something?
I think it would make too much noise, so I'm going to pass.
Okay. So, as everybody wakes the next morning, or has been on watch, as Sahina, I suppose, would have the 3rd watch, you able to rouse yourselves for another day's travel?
Back up. Let's go.
Alrighty. You set out on the road.
Oh,
on the road.
For strife, then that goes down to the half of your composure every night.
Yep.
Half
rounded up.
Okay, so that's if it's below, then half.
Right,
It doesn't. Nothing happens.
Okay. As you pass along, you don't encounter anyone in the morning. Around midday, it does start to get back into the kind of drizzly rain, and you see coming along towards you on the road appears to be a couple of individuals. One is seated atop what looks probably some kind of mule, pack animal, and the other is simply walking alongside. And just as they are nearing towards you and see that you are coming, they're actually at still hundreds of paces off, actually veer off of the road and make a point to just kind of tuck themselves away a bit, not completely out of sight, but definitely making it a point of they are not wanting to
engage.
Yeah, they are simply taking off, letting you pass before they resume.
Oh, okay.
As we pass, I kind of glance over them. Anything, what are they carrying? Do they look unusual? Weapons, wounds?
Are they villagers or not?
Tradesmen.
From the distance you're at, the most you're able to glean, they appear to be simple folk, but as you're gauging, what they have, the pack animal, the mule, doesn't really seem to be anything out of the ordinary, but the individuals themselves look to be wearing some kind of simple armor over what looks to be basic farmer's garb. So they're making a point to wear some sort of protective gear, even though this apparently is a run-of-the-mill excursion out on the road with a mule carrying something, some supplies or something that somebody is wanting.
Okay.
Sounds like it's dangerous times in whatever land we are in. Again,
Rogan.
I'm guessing I said that wrong.
Yep.
We keep going.
Okay. You push on, and as you look back after a while, you see that the two individuals have just come back around and have met back up with the road and are pushing on back the way you've just come. And Hisoda-shan just looks back to them and just shakes his head. We should stand our ground. We should all stand our ground. Just kind of mutters that to himself. But as you press on, onwards, evening, you're beginning to see in the distance as darkness is coming over and still just kind of the gradual rain just coldly sinking into your clothes. You're seeing up ahead, and still pretty far in the distance, there's small scattered lights, and in this you're seeing that, oh yes, this is where the water opens up into this lake. And there's the small township there at the mouth of the river.
Cool.
But
I feel surprised that I did magic and it worked.
you could try to get there tonight, but it'll likely mean pushing on probably well past midnight.
Probably best in the ride the following day during the daytime. Considering how the villagers of the last town took to us.
Yeah. Let's do a midday arrival.
So
Find another spot off the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one is a little bit better. We're going to go with 2 success, 2 opportunity.
Nice.
All right. You actually find a suitable place to bed down for the evening, as well as there's a nice little thicket of berries, and seems a suitable place that you might be able to set a snare or something if you have that sort of equipment.
Do any of us have that sort of equipment? I don't think any of
I
us
doubt
do.
that I do.
You have a traveling pack, because that comes with a bowl, a blanket, chopsticks, rations, flint and tinder, small tent.
Catch your prey in your chopsticks.
Ooh, catch it with my umbrella.
Mm.
It has an umbrella.
I have a lucky cricket. That should count for something.
Yeah, because I have an umbrella
You're lucky.
and an adventure pillow book. That's what I just. They
Adventure pillow book?
Pillow book. They're called pillow books. But I decided to have an adventure one.
Adventures out there.
Okay. I have a calligraphy set. That's not help. I'll draw an animal that I want.
And maybe it will come.
Actually, yeah, magic.
I can do magic.
I wonder what I can do with the magic. Let's find out here, shall we? I don't think this will do anything, but we can find out here. Detect all spirits and use of their dimensions. We have a number of rain bands. One more about the area. There's a elemental gift in question to you. Remember, small amount of the element in question to you, so they deliver an element. That won't really work. Okay, never mind. That's not going to help at all. I was curious that maybe, although I could maybe do the whole commune with spirits thing and the whole spiritual knowledge again, and then maybe get some knowledge about any wildlife in the area, if we want.
Okay. That would at least give you a better idea of what's about.
Out of curiosity, what type of ring would you say that is?
I would definitely call that,
Earth, air,
air.
Air?
I call it air.
Alright. The
Air is more about analyzing.
Okay. Well, we'll use that and explode! So, those Now, remind me, I know we discussed this not that long ago with the exploded die. If you choose to keep an exploded die and it explodes, you keep the exploded die as well.
Yes.
Alright, so that's broom. So I have 2 success, 1 opportunity, and 1 strife.
Okay. You are able to assess that. I mean, if you're willing to take the time to go on a more meticulous hunt, there's actually a sign that hey, there's small deer actually around the area, some kind of little bucks, and there's a plethora of small rodents and birds, etc., running about. If you,
I think
care to.
at least 2 of us have bows.
Well, I have a bow.
All 3 of us have bows.
Right, yeah. So I'll bring it to your guys'
Yeah.
attention, since you guys are more of the combat-focused people that Memphis knows, rather than his wonderful goblinoid self. Bring it up to your guys' attention that apparently there is wildlife in this area, and it is like deer and small game and fowl. If
So
you would like.
send the hyperactive Saheen out after it.
Woohoo! I do things! Woohoo!
Although I think I might be more tired after a full day of the run around like this, run around look at that. Hey, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this?
There's magic everywhere. What's this? What's this?
I'll go.
Go for it.
I'm willing to go, but I'm not the greatest at this type of thing.
What sort of check shall I make for hunting?
For hunting, I would call it survival innovate.
Survival innovate. Okay. Innovate's firing, right?
Yes.
Do you want help?
Yes.
I shall give you the black dice since I have no rings in it.
Okay.
Be careful with the brown drink.
That's the clear drink.
The clear drink. The Russian
So
water.
your little cute-looking friend is scouting ahead and telling you, yes, those.
If we look over here, we see a deer in its natural habitat, but be careful, it could be dangerous. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting animals.
Okay. I'm going to...
Look, Tayoni tracks.
Wait a second.
Sorry, you're Saheen.
So that gives me 4 success, 2 strife.
All right. You managed to actually track down a small herd of these deer and down not 1, but 2 of them, which is far more than you need. Which is probably why the 2 strife, because you're thinking about,
I work in trail lit.
yeah.
Shoot, we're gonna die of dysentery.
Look at the whole herd of buffalo! You're out of bullets. You carried back 12,000 pounds of meat. It all rotted. You have dysentery and you die.
But
my.
as you're
Oh no,
able
we're gonna
to...
cross the river.
Yeah, actually.
Oh no.
I choose to always ford that river.
Oh no!
When you get to the Dalles...
I feel bad saying this as an Oregonian, but I never actually played the game. Shock and awe.
It was pretty good for late 90s, mid 90s.
But look, it doesn't even take that long to play through. At some point, you got to play through it.
One of these days, I'll
It's
play through
like
it.
it's a game designed that somebody can play through it as in a class period if they're really just booking.
Right, yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry, we got really off topic. Right?
yes,
Sorry,
Yeah.
listener.
but no. Which I suppose then Saheen means that as they're off looking for deer, you're back at the little campsite with Isoda-chan, who is simply sitting there across the tiny little fire you have kind of set away from any prying eyes in the thicket.
I'm just sitting in front of the fire.
I like to think that we left the one person that's best with kids back at camp.
About that.
Actually,
Yeah, he's just sitting there across the little fire from you, just sort of hugging his knees to his chest. And if ever you glance his way, he tries to sober up, but out of the corner of your eye, you're kind of
yeah,
catching
I'm
him.
probably mainly just looking at him out of the corner of my eye,
Yeah.
trying not to engage because I have no idea what to do with small boy who insists upon going with us, even though it seems like a really bad idea.
Oh, you're traveling with him as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And it's just weird. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying not to get involved
Yeah.
with
But
that.
you are kind of gauging
Boys
out
are
of...
so weird.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry, that was Tony's
Don't
voice.
cross the streams.
But you're assessing, whenever you glance his way, that, yeah, he's probably already getting a little homesick. Because one more step and it's farther from home. Anyway,
Aww.
Samwise Gamgee.
Would I know, like, you know, so I may not, like, know what to do with kids necessarily, but I'm guessing coming from a smaller town, he probably doesn't know how to read.
Wow.
God.
I legitimately
Yeah, you
don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe if you stayed in school.
Okay, but
Sorry.
I know how to read, okay?
Like, oh my gosh. Like,
So how come you couldn't read the visor and your younger sister could?
Oh no, you did it!
Wow, okay, I'm just never gonna tell you anything, like, ever again.
I didn't even know that.
I
We
know.
don't know that.
I know.
Keith being totally down low about it.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm fully expecting to be reprimanded up and down the next time we come back.
We come back, everyone's figuring out the code. It's like, wait, what?
Like, it's turned into, rather than they're in school all day, they're code breaking all day.
Today we are examining this.
Little son of the classroom, Bletchley Park.
So he looks to be like a little
morose.
I think about the fact that I got the adventure book in my pack. I get it out and kind of put it somewhere where it's like obviously like, but I'm not going to like directly engage. So it's like, here you go, but not like. It's like that you can sometimes tell if somebody intentionally sets something out for you, even if they don't like always make it super obvious.
Okay.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Wait, there's not such a thing in this.
It's kind of like a flirtation check almost.
So make, a performance enlightenment check.
Yeah.
I mean, you do whatever you want, GM, but...
I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I'm actually gonna call it performance insight. You're trying to elicit some sort of reaction on his part.
Okay. So I have no skill dice.
Or
wait a second.
Or trick. Your choice.
Or
Or
trick.
trick. Which is air.
Do you want to do air or fire?
I think my fire is
Oh,
actually
yeah, they're
air
the
or
same.
fire are the same, so it
Okay.
doesn't really matter.
So are you tricking him, or are you...
I'm probably going to try and... I'm not probably trying to trick him, I'm just trying to, like...
Yeah.
Without making me look bad, I'm trying to help him feel better. Like you know, it's...
They're making me look bad.
You're embarrassing me in front of wizards.
Well, that ain't go so well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying you're not good with kids?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go ahead and actually keep the strafe I got because it kind of makes
Sure.
sense. 2 opportunity and 1 strafe.
Okay. As you just rather obviously just kind of shifted across the campsite towards him.
Shift it in.
Shifted forward.
Sorry, every time somebody says that, it's stuck in my head for hours.
That's kind of what
We
we're
shared
doing
that
with
with
the
you, right?
spaceships underground.
Yeah. So
We shared that one with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
okay.
so you're sliding the book very obviously in Iso's direction.
And like every time he's not looking, by the way, it's really
You
obvious.
think you're doing that.
Right, that's the intent. Who knows?
I'll allow it with
Okay.
because I mean no success, but opportunity where it's like he obviously understands that as soon as he looks away, it's getting closer.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. It's just I just can't. I can't let my image be caring about a little boy that's traveling with us. It's obviously way out of his depth.
Sure. But he does eventually begrudgingly look down over towards the book.
And then I act like I never did anything.
When you look over next, it's actually up in his hands and he's looking through it.
Okay, I ignore him.
Mission accomplished.
It makes me feel like a better person. but I cannot smudge the image, okay?
Satine side mission complete.
Then the two of us come back and we've got like,
I like to think you're carrying it, I'm just dragging the other one.
Which as you come back, Issa, just his mouth falls open. What are we going to do with so much meat?
we will give some to the villagers.
No, that is very sensible, actually. They will look more kindly upon our arrival, I think.
Yes, indeed.
But I think there is something we must determine before we set out in the morning and we actually meet with them. I will be doing the talking, yes?
That would be best.
I just nod.
Yeah, he seems mildly surprised that you're not fighting him on it because he expected the big samurai is going to be like, "Rrr." But
Honestly, the most he gets for me is just I just kind of raised eyebrow, looking between everyone, like, is this really what we're doing?
We'll stand
I
behind
look
him
over
and
to
look
Yoshi
intimidating.
because he's in charge.
I stand up, look intimidating.
Just like that.
Okay.
he just kind of looks around.
It's
all
like
of you.
the silent, cold, dead stare.
Mhm.
So that's what I've got perfect.
Save that for people who argue with us.
You got it.
I think,
Memphis,
yes, you're going to be talking to the villagers, is what we're getting at.
Okay.
this is why.
Just kind of goes back to his book as the whatever is prepared for this evening that you're preparing for this evening, and whatever is.
By the way, if anybody
Is it-
asks about the book, nothing happened. Saheem's not going to own up to anything. Just
I mean, I don't know how much the four of us can eat and how big the deer is because I don't know how.
Like smaller deer,
How many
but
did you come back with? Two?
Two deer.
2 deer.
But like David in real life doesn't know how many people a deer feeds.
a lot.
So in that case, I think we would probably just like take just enough for the four of us, cook that, and then like butcher the rest and wrap it up in the,
Yeah,
the hides.
just the one deer is more than enough for the four of you. I imagine, like, as far as the context I'm going off of, like, it's the story of the first Thanksgiving that when the Squanto comes back with his buddies and they're contributing to the feast of, like, these, many people. They brought back 6 deer, and that was like, that's a lot of food. Anyway.
I'm just like picturing a deer in my head and just like mentally like taking a leg off.
Rip.
Anyway, enough for the four of us. And then all the rest of it. I'm assuming that I did the reasonable hunter thing and took all the guts out far away from camp.
I hope so.
Okay, and then
It would smell very bad.
yes, it smelled very bad. And still, whatever butchering is left to be done while the meat is cooking is going to be done still a little ways off.
Also makes it a lot easier to carry if you take out all that gut weight.
Yeah. Anyway, I do appropriate carnivore things to it.
You use every part of the buffalo.
Yes-ish.
Every part of the year.
Intestinal sausage.
I'm going to leave that for the wolves.
Okay.
Make a sacrifice back to the spirit Kami of this world.
That's actually not such a bad idea.
Okay. As you bed down for the evening and have prepared the appropriate foodstuffs, and everybody goes to bed with warm bellies full of food, who's taking in first watch?
I'm taking first watch again.
Setup.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
doing
first,
the same.
second, third.
Okay.
On
For
my
the
watch.
listeners, since you didn't see my hand motion, Yoshi first, Memphis second, and Saheen third.
Okay.
On my watch, when people are asleep, I'm going to step a little ways away from their tents and practice my kata
Okay.
as quiet as I can, which is in pursuit of my ninja.
Yes.
Yes.
So
which
what
is-
check would you like to make?
I'm going to go with a martial arts check
All right.
for the up close and the personal. And actually, I want to choose what I want to do for that.
So,
Probably not fire because I'm trying not to make too much noise.
Right.
Um,
Shift, I guess?
Yeah,
melee
let's
shift?
go with the shift. Melee shift.
You just trying to shift through your form.
Yep. Okay. Got some good dice here. I get to keep 3 of them. And I want to leave out the ones with strike because I don't want that.
He's getting many exploders listening.
Oh, that was blank.
I don't-
Okay, so that gives me 3 success, 1 opportunity.
Oh, you caught it, but good.
Yes.
And
I believe. How much strife do I lose from that?
3, I believe, if you're playing to a
Sweet.
thing that you
Yeah, that is it is
a value of yours. Yeah.
it is in pursuit of proving my worth as a warrior.
Yes.
All right, cool. Brings me down to only 1.
And furthermore, all this strenuous activity after eating does not cause you to puke. In fact, it helps in the digestion because you take it slow and fluid, and everything just is digested and is moved along. And there's your opportunity.
Yay! I like not vomiting.
And so, as you have
Nicely done.
gone to your sleep, Memphis, you wake for
Come up from
your
my watch.
Here, I can-
Yeah. Sadly, I can't do anything about my passion of generosity when I'm all myself watching.
But you did yesterday when you gave your food to
Oh, yeah, true.
Isa.
Although I did technically make a check, but could I still remove 3 strife from that set? I'll leave it up to the grand GM to decide my fate.
I'll take off one. Take off one.
Take off 1. I'm down to 3 out. Grand won't eat that. Yeah. I know I can't talk to animals, but I'm going to be just having kind of a one-way conversation with Jeremy, my lucky cricket. Just, you know,
Okay.
it's kinda like,
As he's cricketing away. What is your vigilance?
Oh no.
my vigilance is 3.
Okay. As you are chatting away with Jeremy, there comes a point where nearby in the underbrush you hear kind of a cracking of twig.
All right. I'll go ahead and pull out. Is it like close by or far away?
It is, from what you're able to tell, relatively close.
All right. I'll go pull out my. And I'll probably butcher the name here, so apologies, dear listener and fellow PCs and GM. My Wakasashi?
Wakasashi.
Wakasashi. I got it on the 4th or 5th try. Without trying like the actually wake thing, well, you know, since I don't know what it is yet, go ahead and draw my thing and just, who goes there?
Okay.
Since I have no idea. I know there's animals in this area, so it might be an animal.
Are you trying to be commanding or challenging? What is the goal here?
We're looking at my social skills. I would say
Something like,
we're going to take it on the road.
You are starting to sound a little
Kermit
bit
the Frog.
Right.
Kermit the Frog here. We're going to go ahead and
like Kaz.
gonna go ahead and, I think being the gentleman that Memphis is typically, he's gonna probably, I will let you decide whether or not this is possible, since I will admit it is playing off of my skill set, but the whole courtesy, charm aspect. You could also go maybe reason and command reason if you want, but I'll let you choose.
I would say command reason.
Command reason?
Because you're not being courteous here. This is not a
It's more,
courtly...
come out, you fiend!
Yeah. You're issuing a challenge of sorts here. You're commanding.
All right.
Who goes there? State your name, rank, and title.
Opportunity strife.
Okay. Quiet follows.
Does him calling out or doing anything wake anybody else up?
How, like, you're not attempting to be quiet?
I wasn't, since I knew there's animals around this area, so since I don't know quite what it is quite yet, didn't quite wake my combatants, but definitely thinking about it, but I haven't woken them up quite yet. Because since I communed with the spirits, I knew there was a whole bunch of animals and whatnot. It could just be an animal, but don't know.
Hmm.
Plus, this is like only the second time that Memphis has been out in the wild, and so he's not all that bright for it.
I mean, none of us have been out in the wild
Right.
that much.
Alright.
So he hasn't quite done it yet, but if it goes on for a while and nothing happens, he'll wait. He'll alert his fellows. But I'll let you as the GM decide what the
noise-making machine of disturbance is going to do. Roll that dice.
Huh. Okay.
Come on, Lucky Cricket.
You hear this of some kind of
Weird
rope,
Alright.
like weighted on either end, just kind of
Oh, so like
propelling through the air.
Polo or whatever it's called.
Yes, but it's not a bow in this game, it's something else.
But it's basically the same idea.
Yes, and as it comes spinning in the air towards you, you manage to duck underneath of it, and like the small barbs along you see kind of glinting in the moonlight do not cut into your flesh. However, as you duck and like throw yourself downwards, you flop down to the ground
In the mud.
in the mud. Full circle. And we are just you and I gonna roll initiative.
Alright. Me and my duels. Okay. And I have halfway through my strike already.
So Zarina was the gore magnet, and you must be the mud magnet.
Right, yeah. At least this form of Memphis's.
Yeah, as a PC in another game, isn't it?
So
Yeah,
I'm
Stephanie,
gonna
you were in the game, so
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and take
but all the
air
gore landed
stance.
on my character.
So, an initiative rolling is what?
You simply choose the ring
Okay.
you wish to roll for your initiative.
And you just roll the ring.
Yes, that determines your stance at the beginning of the encounter.
And is it any skill as well, or is it just roll the ring thing? I forget.
It is simply the ring.
Okay. Well. Ow. So I have 2 success, 1 opportunity, 2 strikes. So now I'm only 2 away from my composure.
Okay.
Oh.
And furthermore, you hear the heavy of feet padding up towards you, and as you look up, there's this masked individual that is standing above you and is just trying to drive downward with some, like, it almost appears to be like this old crusty blade that knows where this thing has been, and they attempt to drive it down into your body.
Since I have the air stance, it takes 1 more target number to attack.
You are very lucky. Woo-hoo. Your cricket beside you goes as it
Thank you, Cricket.
bends the will of fate and saves your life as you.
Don't tell me Burkatol is my cricket.
Well, now I can't do that.
Were you thinking about it?
No,
Okay.
that had not crossed my mind.
That would have been so funny.
yeah.
That would have been fantastic. But no, as he drives his rusty blade down towards your heart, you manage to bring up your wakizashi and glance it aside, this clang of metal echoing through the air. Now everyone's awake. And now we're all rolling initiative, but first you get to go. Because
I guess I'll go ahead and try to. Well, Kyle will logically try to disarm this fellow, but Memphis, being caught off guard and totally freaked out, and now it's the second time that he's on the spot, he's going to go try to attack the guy back.
Okay.
Just a stabby stab. So that's just a melee. Okay. And let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All 3 of those again. Well, we'll just take that. But I think I miss. So that's 1 success, 1 strike.
your aim goes wide as you're flailing up, still kind of on your back, and it's just slashing up towards this individual and just casually backstepping out of your range as your tiny little arms are not able to.
What am I rolling for initiative again?
You pick a stance.
Yeah, so
I just pick a stance,
And
that's
then
it?
you roll.
and
And
then
then
you roll
you
that ring
Tactics.
Oh, that ring
For-
plus
for-
tactics?
for tactics. Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. That's right. That's where the skill
Oh,
is.
wait, no worries. I got no
Oops.
my apologies. Totally fine.
Because this here is a skirmish. So yes, tactics. Okay.
Poor
So,
Memphis, he's gonna be
tactics.
unmasked again.
Okay. So that means I roll my ring plus one skilled because I got one rank in tactics.
Super gross. Okay, well, I'm gonna pick these.
I'm gonna have to go see what a dry cleaner person is in this world because my poor uniform is just caked in mud.
Well, I am startled out of sleep, but I burst into action with a fiery passion, and I got a 3 success, 3 strife.
You're on your feet immediately. Lay it out.
Well, you do have the quick reflex. Yeah, so makes sense.
I've got 1 success, 2 opportunity, and 1 strife.
All right.
But wait. Since I'm in fire stance, does it count for I get +1 bonus success per strife? So that means I got 2 success.
Then I got 6 success.
Okay.
I go first.
Yes, you do.
Twice!
You go twice before
makes
anyone
sense,
else
yeah.
can move.
I know this is bad for me, but I do have the anxiety of phobia, the unknown, and this thing just randomly came out of nowhere and attacked me. Do I now, after performing a check relating to my anxiety, receive 3 strife and then gain 1 void point? I'll let you be the judge of that, since this thing came out of nowhere and I have no idea what it is.
It appears to be human.
That's good.
At least.
So we're good.
It's not too horribly unknown.
Okay, that's good. Because that would have pushed me over if that was going to
Your fear of death might be coming into play. But...
Right, yeah. True.
All right. So as we move on, because yes, you had gotten after the other
After my little
guy.
duel.
We're over to Hideyoshi.
Yes, we are. I'm going to shout the name of my sword and attempt to strike down this shadowy figure.
What is the name of your sword?
It's in my notes.
I have the name of the sword.
Yeah.
I'm probably butcher it again. Hitsujina.
Close. Hitsujin.
Hitsujino.
Yeah.
Hitsujino!
And like it's coming alive, the frost in the air and everything.
Hitsujino, I choose you!
Which nearby, you're seeing Memphis, and standing over him is some dark figure, masked individual. It's the only individual you're seeing thus far.
Okay.
He a tick.
Okay, Ashley, what's the poor young boy
Oh, gross.
I don't know. You're a little
Really?
doing? Alright.
Really? That's...
The way of the whiff.
Ugh. Well, yeah.
Whiffle bat.
I got 1 success, 1 strife, 2
So
opportunity.
you got 2 success.
Because strife, you're in fire stance, correct?
No, that was including that.
Oh, I got it.
Oh. Ew. Ew is correct.
Okay, well,
As you bring up your sword, he just casually deflects, and like as the frosty blade connects with the old rusty one, it actually seems to like ice crystallizes over the rusty blade that the other individual is holding, and you see beneath like the mask is only showing the eyes. The eyes actually widen, and is caught off guard, but is managing to parry the blow easily.
Do I come at all next? I got 2 success, so I'm guessing no.
Next, it is the interloper.
with a measly 2 success.
Monsieur Interloper is going to assess that the more immediate threat to him at this point is probably the guy who's actually on his feet with the ice sword, and is going to strike back at Hideyoshi.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Okay, bye-bye.
So long, and thanks for all the deed.
I have good endurance.
Goodbye.
I hope.
Sorry that we let you die.
Holy moly.
We're done with living. That song goes.
Okay, how'd this go?
Well, that's 11 damage.
Okay.
Wow.
So 2 of it is absorbed by armor,
Uh-huh.
and I now have 9 out of 10 damage.
Towards your strain, essentially.
That could have been ugly for me.
Or towards it's endurance, right?
Yes, what was that?
Yeah,
Fatigue.
I've got 9 fatigue out of 10 endurance.
Okay. I rolled 3 exploders.
Oh!
as it comes up.
Dice, you betrayed me.
Yes, you barely managed to bring Hitsujino up in time to deflect. Okay, Sahim, now you're up.
Oh, I get to go now?
Uh-huh.
Sure. So it's still rolling tactics plus my whatever stance
Well, no.
Or what am I
how
rolling?
you're attacking.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry.
You also probably need to pull out your weapon to
Yeah, you
to
have-
maneuver or
Yes,
something.
because you do not have the quick reflex, the quick draw or whatever it's called. So yes, you can maneuver, pull out a weapon, and then action use it, provided the person is in range. At this point, the only thing that would get you in range would be having a bow in your hand.
Which I have a bow, so I'm going to use my bow.
So you'll use martial arts range, depending on whatever your stance is.
Time to shoot your bow, regard.
Can I switch
I believe that's
stances
next one.
beginning or end?
No, this is your first turn, so you're going to be using the stance that you determined
Okay,
by rolling
that's
initiative.
your next one. You can switch.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, come on, phone. Okay.
I'm just some random guy.
So that sucks. I'm just gonna keep one success.
One success.
Yeah, that's it.
You draw back in your bow and loose the arrow. However, in the close conflict between this dark individual,
Actually,
the flailing Memphis on the ground.
I had die with opportunity strife, which would have gotten me 2 success.
So 2 success.
2 success, 1
one
strife, 1
opportunity.
opportunity.
Yeah.
So I will take the strife. That's
Okay.
fine.
That will connect.
Okay.
So what is the damage of your weapon?
I know.
It is 5 damage and 3
Okay.
deadliness.
Oh, deadliness comes in for crits.
Okay.
He is definitely aware of your presence, so you're not getting a critical strike here. So
That's fine.
he's basically.
I just was pointing out that
Yeah.
that's what it was. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, basically, in Pathfinder, if they would be considered flat-footed, you would be able to get the crit. Is what you're-
Got it.
But yes, you shoot off the arrow. He dances aside, and it throws him slightly off balance. It appears to have interrupted his
Mojo.
his flow in this shifting combat.
Very good. Very good.
Then we are back to Memphis on
Yeah.
the ground,
The go.
where you live.
Right, yeah. Hello,
Yeah,
ground.
pretty much.
Maybe you'll be my friend.
Be friends with me.
I'm going to go ahead. So I know I'm not really the fighter, judging from my last excursion with combat in this world. I'm going to go ahead and try to make this guy off balance by kicking out one of his legs.
Okay.
So I don't know what that will be. Is that...
I will call that. I will definitely call it something. I will
All
call
right.
it.
Just don't call it late for dinner.
Oh, is that what happened? Huh?
Was there a specific kind of brawl?
I mean,
There's a-
martial arts
Yeah.
unarmed?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll call it. We'll call it.
Do you want me to use a different approach or use my stance that I'm in?
You at this point could shift your stance because this will be your second turn.
Well, I'm going to still keep it as air. But
Okay,
I didn't know
so
if-
this will
because
be-
I'm not necessarily doing a combat thing.
Yeah, this will still be an unarmed feint. You're trying to throw him off balance.
2 successes, 1 opportunity.
Okay. He's managed to kick at his feet. You actually catch his ankle and it twists uneasily in the ground, and his weight is distributed and poorly. And it's you actually hear like the faint as the ankle twists, and he's knocked not completely off balance into the ground, but he staggers a step and is kind of lashes wildly down at you while he tries to hobble a step backward and gain some space.
I'm also going to use my movement to kind of get out from underneath his legs and just kind of back up.
Okay, you manage to
combat.
heave yourself back upright and wipe some
Right.
mud off of your face. Just
A Rambo.
uh,
But they're the big Mr. Angry Eyes.
but as the individual looks over at you, you see this hatred in his eyes, and you just hear muffled from beneath the mask.
You will die, Okita dog.
Uh-oh.
Back to Hideyoshi.
We have a misunderstanding.
What you do, buddy?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
He's already come for you.
Right.
Yeah, he's here.
What you
Really?
gonna do when they have already come for you?
I think I just hit him back.
Alrighty.
And yeah, I'm not gonna do that though. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, while he is actually, is there a way that I can hit him hard without like dismembering him? Like, can I switch to the back of the blade and do a non-lethal,
Huh.
but still like give him a solid thwacking?
You know, I don't see why not. So you're trying to
Okay.
do non-lethal damage here.
Yeah, in that case, I am going to spend my void point on this one.
Alrighty. So yeah, I call that. Actually,
It's still melee, right?
yeah. What stance are you taking here?
I'm in fire stance, trying to overwhelm him and drive him into the ground.
It'll be more difficult while using fire stance because fire is more about inflicting harm.
Okay. If I switch to water stance, would that be
Shift.
Yeah.
okay? Then I will shift to water stance because water stance is the same check because I've got 3
Except
water.
You don't get the strike boost.
Right, but then I don't take strife, or I get the extra.
No.
I get an extra action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with my calming breath
Mhm.
and just. We are not Okita League. Whack!
Kind of turn around to the blunt side of the blade.
Yep. Okay. And this is a little bit better. So I get to choose 4 of these to keep. Because I spent my... Yeah. Okay, that's going to give me 3 success, 1 opportunity, 2 strife.
Okay. So yes, the difficulty had been increased. The target number for players and listeners. Usually it's 2 for a combat attack, or
Even though he was off balance.
that I was ruling that more as was going to be incur penalties on his checks.
Okay.
But as you've gotten 3 successes, that was the target number I had in my head for. So you are able to successfully land the hit, but it is non-lethal damage. However, still, what is the damage of your weapon?
4.
Alrighty. You just come around to the flat of the blade, just kind of clock him up the side of the head, and he staggers back a step, appears somewhat dazed, but is...
With the opportunity, can I have him step harder on the ankle that he has already damaged?
You throw him enough off balance that he momentarily seems shaken and forgets the ankle that has been compromised, and you just see it just kind of crumple out from underneath him, and he just drops backward and down onto it, and you just hear muffled from underneath the mask.
Okay.
And then it is back to him. With the words you spoke to him, were you trying to be convincing in any fashion, or were you simply using it to press the attack?
I was attempting to be convincing, like in a very solid statement, like no.
Okay,
So
but
that'd be-
are you actually using? Were you actually using an action from your turn to?
I was using the calming breath action, so I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't using an action because I can't take 2 actions if they
Right.
both include checks. Because Water Stance allows you to take a second
Okay.
action that doesn't include a check.
Right. Okay. So then, yeah, back to him. He is not a fan of Hideyoshi right now.
Well, if he hits me, basically done for.
His rescue weapon is pretty dang good if you got 11 damage.
Well, it's not as good this time, but it's still pretty good. Yeesh, yeah, he's messing around. That's another 9.
Yeah, you're out to kill us already.
Let me read the rules on death here for a second. Yeah, well, so 2 of that goes down, so 7.
Mm-hmm.
And what I can do is my fatigue can exceed my endurance,
Yes.
but so I won't take a critical, but I just pass out.
Yep.
So
99.
here's what I wanted to do for
Okay.
flavory texts.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to strike at me, and I just like whoosh,
There's like a shockwave from the,
Yeah,
from the
just
impact
like
as you clap your hands over the blade.
and then just kind of like fall over.
That was so cool! And I'm out. Alright.
Gonna make my punch cards. Alright, guys.
He stands over
I'm
you,
unconscious.
is looking down, breathing heavily, and eyes swivel back over to you with this. And we're back to Sahim.
So, what is his like? From what he's doing, he doesn't seem intent on killing us per se. Considering,
He did say you will die, Okita dog.
oh, I missed that.
Apparently he loves his ankles because he only said that when I kicked his ankle.
I was just in the back of my weak ankles.
His Achilles heel, huh?
Mm-hmm. This is
What is there for unarmed tactics?
there'll be martial arts unarmed.
Okay, which I have a rank in that.
We'll have the closest distance to him, though, because you shot an arrow.
Which you could do with your move, essentially.
Okay. I think I'll do that.
Just
Like coming up behind him if possible. Like where am I in relation to him currently?
kind of to the side.
I'm imagining being kind of behind him at this point because he's facing towards Memphis.
Well, he was facing partially towards the campsite because that's where Hideyoshi has come from. He was just engaged with Hideyoshi.
But he turned away from Hideyoshi to Memphis.
Oh, I was right in front of probably the campsite because I was standing.
Yeah, it
there.
wasn't
I hadn't
too
really
far.
moved all that much.
Could I, in a way, like with my movement, can I like skirt around and get behind him with all of my movement?
If you like to go to water stance and use like a second action to move a further distance.
Which would mean then if I attack him would be with water.
Yes.
Yeah. He does know you're there already. You shot an arrow at him.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go with water.
Okay.
Although it doesn't necessarily fit. Like I couldn't get behind him otherwise.
No, you basically have to either spend your turn doing that or shift to water stance.
So you get that extra move.
Actually, I'm gonna move. Can I get directly in front of him within like fist or kick range? What kind of stance is he in?
He appears to be very, shall we say, fiery at the moment.
So is he kind of like what like?
Oh yeah, he's very much just he's fully on the offense at this point.
Okay. I want to try and kick him between the legs. Kick him in the
Okay.
arms.
So you're still saying fire stance then?
Yep, I'm still on fire stance. That's what I was thinking. Fire stance makes more sense for this.
The old fire nard maneuver.
Falcon kick!
And so that means it's unarmed strike, so
Yep.
it's martial arts unarmed, so
Yep.
I get 1 skill die and I get 3. Come on, please.
Which I believe.
Oh, yes.
Okay, what is your result?
3. Actually, no, that's 4 success, 1 strike.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well, the strike
six.
counts as a success.
Yes, no, that's what
That's
I
what you
already
said.
had. That's
Okay.
why I said 0804.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the base damage of an unarmed strike?
I don't know.
I remember that there were rules for that.
I believe there are. Needs must look them up.
Consult the book of operates.
Consult the almanac.
Consult the adventure module.
You got mail.
No, that's not.
Welcome. You got mail.
I am also Pooh Asshole. By the way, listener, if you're not listening to Critical Role, it's a good show. You should go listen to it.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
I am
Are
listening
you
to it.
plugging another show in our what?
My
It's a good show.
goodness. It is a good show.
I mean, heck, we're talking about Seven Samurai
Okay.
there, and, you know.
The base damage for a punch is 1. Base damage for a kick is 2.
So
One
that
for
means
each.
Well, you did 2. Oh, I
I
see
get
what
2
you're saying.
damage, but I get extra
Outdated.
damage for
Yes.
the success,
Oh,
correct?
Yeah, so for the additional successes, I believe we're looking at 5 damage total.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Turns out it's actually a girl. Sorry.
You know, I bet it was still her.
Right.
Nerves and nerves, man.
True.
So yes, as you come up and just bringing her leg up right betwixt the old
We're good at making
southern
friends.
hemisphere appendages, and just and there's just like there was the muted shockwave before when Hideyoshi clapped his hands over the falling blade, and now again it's just like the boom. And there's the response where he doubles over in pain and staggers backwards, but still is upright and is now looking between the two of you.
Pretty much saying, like, cease and desist. We're not.
We're not a Pita League, but we're gonna kick you in the dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're really doing our argument well here.
Yeah.
Since I can't make an observation check,
Hmm?
or perception check rather,
Sure.
this individual, you mentioned they're all ducked out in like ninja-esque like clothing, hiding their identity and all that. One, is this looking anything like the villager people that we saw earlier with kind of simplified armor type of thing? Or 2, does this person have a badge of Koyasura?
Koyasuru?
Yeah, that.
There doesn't appear to be any badge in sight that you've seen, and there doesn't appear to be any sort of any even simple armor plating involved. Just
Wow.
it's kind of ninja garb.
Okay. At least I can see. I mean, there's concealed armor in this world, but, you know, whatever.
I will say, Saheen would probably have noted, despite the location of her cape, that there does appear to be some form of
Armor.
some like padded armor beneath.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how well this will do, considering that I kicked him in the shins and he just got kicked in the nads.
Mhm.
I hit him in the side of the head with
Right,
the sword.
we're good at making friends.
He's swaying on his feet. You're
Right.
saying he seems a
Also,
little
out of
angry.
curiosity, since I can't make a perception check for this, how is our little friend doing?
You actually take the time to glance over there?
Because all I'm going to plan to do is just reason with this individual, so yes.
Okay, as you look over, Yasodashan is on his feet and is kind of staggered back and is pressed up against the horses and actually holding one of the reins as like the
Okay.
eyes of the horse are like
Gotcha. Basically, keep
Darting
the horses in
around.
check. Alright, then I'll turn back around and sadly, I guess this would probably be in my my deep voice, like squeaky, because I'm kind of scared of my wits and, you know, he's coming for me. Basically say, it's the Okita League. We are not part of the Okita League.
you hear. As
Yeah.
the cricket is saying, "You got this, buddy."
yeah, power through. So I don't know what that would be. Probably, definitely reason in the approach.
Yeah.
But is this command or courtesy? Probably more
you're
command.
basically telling him to stand down, so
Yeah.
I'll say command reason.
Command reason? Oh boy. Weirdly phony you for the dice roll. That's 1 black dice. Let's see how well I do.
You can use a void point to make it 2 black dice.
If I had a void point.
This is where I put my
Right.
points.
Also, I'm sorry to say, this is my discomforting countenance come into play here.
Yeah, because not only were you like this freaky little man he attacked, but now you're covered in mud and
Right.
you kicked him in the ankle and.
Alright, so we roll 2 Alright, so I only have 1 success. Does that succeed or not?
It does not.
Alright, I gain a void point. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, I tried.
How do you get void points again?
Well, I had the adversity thing,
Oh,
so you can
okay.
gain, if you fail, gain a void point. Also, same thing with your anxiety. If you perform a check related to your anxiety, you see 3 strength and gain a void point. So I now have a void point, but I did not work with my reasoning.
Taheen, as you've walloped this guy in the tinders, he does, as he backs off a step, he does actually seem to shift in his stance as he's holding his old rusty blade. And then his eyes kind of fall down and past you, and he actually lunges forward and dives past, and like kind of tucks and rolls, and comes up on the other side, still rusty blade in one hand and the other. He is now holding Kitsujinu.
Bastard stole my sword.
And now he is going to attack.
With a sword.
Well, bye everyone. I guess we have a TPK and no more podcast.
It's the end
I'm technically
of the
incapacitated,
podcast.
not
You
dead.
know it.
Yeah. Does he have to roll anything to hold the sword?
As he is swinging for you, and he's making a point of using Hitsujinu, like, best blade forward as he's coming for you, Saheen, he does manage to kind of batter at your defenses, and you feel the frost of the blade bite into your skin as it gets far too close for
And how
comfort.
do you spell the sword name?
HITSUJINA.
You.
Wait,
You,
what?
sorry.
H-I what?
HITSUJINU. My little 2 tops of the U there.
Hitsujinu.
Hitsujinu.
Sorry, all I can think of is Phantom of the Opera. Sorry, don't mind me. No, it's the prima donna song.
Oh, that's probably why I meant. I found that one to be rather forgettable.
Yes, no, well, and
right.
also the vibrato.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
There's some good music in that
Yes.
musical. That song is not one of them. Sorry for those who like that song.
Sorry,
So I think
Yes,
it's not
listener.
intended to be a likable song.
Yeah, that's probably right. But,
Okay.
Saheen,
So what
you
happened?
take 8 damage.
minus whatever armor you have.
So
I have
my-
2.
whatever goes past your armor is then taken against your endurance.
Okay, so you said it was 8?
Yep.
Minus 2 would be 6?
Yep.
And you watch, actually, as he swipes, the ferocity in his eyes actually fades for a moment as he looks quickly down to where he's holding Hitsujinu, and you see it's actually beginning to frost over his hands and his knuckles, and he's trying to open his fist and shake the sword out of his hand at this point. And is not doing so hot.
So, is it my turn then after
Yes.
he attacks me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and take an unarmed strike at him again to try and knock him out?
You're going fist this time, or are you going with roundhouse kick?
I'm thinking for flavor, kind of. Is there anything to hardcore parkour off of and just like elbow him behind the
Probably
neck or
not.
something? I don't know, man.
There is.
Is there
Yeah.
the horses?
No.
Oh,
Your ally.
My 4 feet.
I know. She can easily jump on
yeah,
top of
but
his
you
shoulders.
could, you know.
Leap on his shoulders, leap into the air, and then just like
Can this please happen?
Sure, there's a 6-foot tree, but also
A 4-foot midget.
I'm gonna go 4-foot midget, 6-foot tree. No,
okay.
Just everyone.
All right. So yes, then we're looking at
Tony Jada.
the-
I'm just thinking of the Matrix thing.
so
where it's just like,
what am I rolling?
we'll call that.
It's an unarmed strike, so it's still got the unarmed.
Yes.
there may be
I
some
would-
acrobatics involved.
I'll say
And I'm in fire stance still.
right.
Gosh, you and your fire stance, you too.
I have 3 fire.
Works,
I'll,
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm a
mm,
fighter.
Although, oh well, no, I don't want to.
do it.
I don't want to move to air stance.
I'd say fire actually works because I call it fitness overwhelm.
Fitness overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
So I still get my skill point for martial arts unarmed, or it's not un.
So here's what I'm gonna say because basically you're trying to add an extra step here.
It's fine either way. I just like.
We'll call it.
Because I mean, if it's unarmed and fire,
I'll
it's the
say
same as fitness and fire.
yeah, we'll basically call it a 2-part check. So first roll fitness overwhelm.
Which is
Fire.
Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
No.
If my composure goes over my threshold
Yeah.
while I'm attacking, what happens?
You are
Freak out.
compromised.
Well,
But does that affect my attack while I'm
basically, it means
attacking?
you can't use anything with strife.
Yes.
After I go above?
Yes. And
Yes.
your vigilance drops to 1.
Which would mean...
It's easier to
Oh,
think
okay. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I think I'm already on the brink of freaking out because I'm at 5 out of 6, and Hideyoshi is down. The guy's hand is freezing off. I'm just like, ah!
You just woke up from a lovely dream.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna actually.
It's frolicking in the middle.
La, la, la.
So if I do I keep all the strife that I go over my composure level, or do
Well,
I just go above and I don't
Basically,
take
when
it?
you reach your composure threshold, you cannot take more strength.
Well, when you go over it, because you can reach.
So
Oh,
in
right.
the-
When you go over, that's right.
Okay, so that means that I will take. I can still so I have 2 success from regular success, and I have 2 strife, and that means I got 2 more success. So that's 4 success and 1 opportunity and 2 strife, which means that I am now at
Now you're compromised.
7 of 6 composure, which means I'm compromised.
Okay. So basically,
But that's 4 success and 1 opportunity
Alright,
for that
so
check.
for success, I'm going to say you can keep 2 more dice of this roll.
Of the next roll?
That is now the martial arts unarmed.
Right.
Okay, so I roll the same, which is
But with your skill.
yeah. My skill is the same. Like
Oh, okay.
my
Your fitness and martial
my
arts.
fitness and my martial arts unarmed are the same
Okay.
skill level.
So you can basically keep 2 more dice now, but you can't keep anything with strife because you're compromised.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
fine. So that's which I couldn't keep that. So that's 1 success, 2 opportunity for that. Which I was really successful with my fitness one, so I don't know if that helps at all.
I'll allow it.
Because they're connected, right?
Yeah.
Also, out of curiosity, did you jump off the tree or jump off of me?
Definitely you.
Me, tree.
Okay. Memphis was not ready for that, so he's probably now back on
So
the
it's
ground.
the slow-mo Saheed's boot just kind of whoop, smashes into your face as she leaps back off of you and just kind of
My
elbow
poor face.
smashes back into this interloper. And which is the base 2 damage.
Oh.
You actually knock him back a step, but it does not do enough to actually bring him to
And
unconsciousness.
so, what do I have to do again to... is it playing to my adversity and my anxiety that is on the unmasking? Or, like, how does that work?
Basically, unmasking is it's basically in your character flavor, how you imagine when Saheen is emotionally compromised, what does that look like and how did that actually manifest in this sort of situation? let's move on to Memphis.
All right.
As you just had
so-
somebody muddy boot step on your face.
Yeah, and so he like knocks him back, and then in his direction, just totally lost it.
Yep.
So
Well, I'm probably very dazed and confused at the moment because it's like, so I'm gonna probably kind of do the whole, kind of wipe off the face again, since now I got muddy boot stuff and print all over it. Although you probably don't have your boots on because you're probably barefoot because you just woke up. So I just had smelly feet in my face.
I mean, what adventurer doesn't sleep with their boots on?
Yeah, who knows? Although
Same
we're
thing.
saying-
I
the
like
time.
getting my feet out of my nasty boots
Same.
every
Yes.
night. Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I don't know what this will be per se, but knowing that he's kind of out of his element a little bit, Doji Min is going to go ahead and just kind of crawl over to where Hideyoshi is and try to do some medicine.
Okay.
A quick field medicine here. So, don't know what that would be per se.
We're looking at medicine. Do you actually have any equipment that you're using, or are you just assessing, basically?
I'm kind of assessing the situations because I don't have anything that is medicine-y related.
The medicine analyze.
Analyze, so that's the water. So boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna work on strife. Woo boy. I don't need to choose to keep the exploded dice once it's the extra exploded dice, right?
Correct.
So we'll go ahead and go for it. Okay, that worked out. So I have a grand total of 2 success, 2 opportunity, and 1 strife, which puts me right at my threshold.
Okay, you're feeling pretty frantic about the whole thing. However, as you crawl over to where Hideyoshi is just sprawled onto the ground, you tell me, what was it that took Hideyoshi over the brink there?
I mean, your hands are
bleeding.
bleeding.
We'll say that I stopped the blade and diverted it from my head, and it just gouged into my chest instead.
Okay.
So you still took the blunt of the blow, it just wasn't critical in the face.
Yeah. I deflected, and probably whatever armor I had here is
Kind of split open there.
yeah.
And you gauge that he's he hasn't suffered any severe wounds, but he is probably more for the abrupt snap of shock that just kind of overwhelmed his senses, and he has been rendered unconscious here.
Okay.
If you had to guess in your triage, expert opinion here, doctor.
Right.
However, as you are just crawling over there behind the interloper and over Hideyoshi there, as Saheen whips about and is lunging forward at this guy, he at this point is just taking a step backwards to try to regain his footing, and you're there.
Hello there.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall. As he tumbles back over you and down onto his back.
He's gonna hate me so much.
And on his turn, he is going to, first of all, stand. Clambers back to his feet. Is no longer in range of Saheen.
Oh, because I was thinking as soon as she had a chance, she's running in and pummeling him again.
I mean, you can get within range if you spin it.
Okay.
But at this point, he's just standing over Memphis.
And he hates me already.
Yeah, he's not a fan. But no, he's actually going to spend his action at this point just wrenching the crystallizing ice shards of the blade Hitsujinu out of his hand, and is just going to try to wrench that free and just toss the sword to the ground, because at this point, it's like the ice is beginning to creep up along his arm, and he needs to address that. So,
Saved by the sword.
Here. Suppose I'd call that water, because he's trying to shift away from it.
It's like a cat when trying to put something on top of their head and it's just like, "Argah!" Can't get it off. What is it?
What are you doing? Okay. Does manage to just rip away
It doesn't fall on top of me, right?
from the sword. No, it just,
Oh, good.
it just kind of drops to the leafy earth here in the thicket. Just kind of plops to the ground, and as it is fallen away, you see the frost kind of billowing off of the blade begins to diminish. And you actually do see, though, along the hilt, there's like bits of skin that have been ripped off. As it's like when it's like you've like a frozen flagpole kind of a thing, and you just have to rip it away. Very uncomfortable, which just happens as he's holding. Basically, one hand is useless at this point. He's holding his rusty blade in his offhand. He looks like he's going to run. Sahin, you're up.
Shoot him in the bit. Shoot him in the bit.
How close is he?
Well, you can just move.
He's range 2, so you can.
If I
Move up
get, can I move into melee range with
Yeah.
him? I'm gonna to run, like battle cry, like crazed look in my eyes at him, and pummel him in the nards again.
What about a ding dong?
Yeah.
Oh. He's just like hobbling away. You just come up behind.
I'm sorry.
We're classy, folks.
Yeah.
Sleep
Super
between the
classy.
cheeks.
Stay classy, my friends.
So that which I think I'm going to shift into air stance,
Okay.
which just means that I get +1 to target number of attacks and scheme checks targeting me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's unarmed.
Yep.
That, which is okay. And if it's exploders with strife on it, I cannot use them.
Yes.
Which
Yeah,
means I can't use any of the dice I rolled.
Compromise.
Yeah,
It sucks.
it really does.
So as you attempt to reacquaint
Wait.
your foot with his delicates,
Were you in water stance?
No.
Okay.
Air stance.
Never mind then.
Why?
You can change stance at the beginning of your turn.
yeah, which you changed to
Yeah, air.
Okay, then never mind. Because if you were in water stance, you could have first taken a calming breath.
If she had that.
I don't have calming breath. What is that?
It's an action that anybody can take.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you had a special thing.
No, I
No,
don't
that's,
have that.
he has the quick reflexes, which
Yeah.
or the quick drop thing. The calming breath is where you just take your action essentially, which is why
Had
usually
I...
So the reason why
So
he was able to
what
do
it-
it and
Calming breath does what?
Sorry, I thought that you guys knew that was not
No,
a special.
I thought only you could do it. That's why I never done it.
I mean, only I have the book, so.
Right, true.
oh but yeah, I had the
But
secret.
that's why it helps to be. That's why you were in like
So
the
does
water
that
stance,
mean that
so-
I could remove 1 strife and 1 fatigue?
Yeah.
If I did that?
Which
Okay,
would
if
bring
I
you
had
down
known
to your
I...
threshold, so you would no longer be compromised.
Yeah. So we can do that instead, if you wish.
I actually,
So-
if I had known that, yes, I would have
So
done
you
this.
will
do that.
switch then to water stance, so that way you can do it and still attack.
Yes, okay.
So-
So that means I remove, because I'm over half of my fatigue, and...
You
Or can
just-
you do both?
You
or
just remove.
You remove one of each, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's when you actually, like, after the end of the scene, then you recover down to half rounded up.
Right.
Okay.
So now you're no longer compromised because you're at your threshold.
at
But
my
if you were to take any
threshold.
more strife, you'll go back to being compromised.
Got it. Okay.
Which means you can use the dice with strife, but only just once.
Mm-hmm.
Or only for this single check.
Right.
Okay, so my water ring is only 2, but the skill gives me 1 die.
Well, that's really noted. I thought only you could do it, so that's why I never done it.
Oh, yes.
Only you can breathe calmly.
I mean,
It makes sense.
I also do have the Indomitable Will
That's
special.
probably why
I was
just-
actually able to get 1 success and 1 opportunity.
Okay. In the interest of time, we'll say.
Honestly, I
as
just want to scare him
Yeah.
off even more. Is
Well,
really what I'm going for.
as you lash out with your foot this time, it catches him more in the buttock, and it just throws him off balance, and he hobbles forward, and his head kind of connects with a nearby tree, and he actually slumps down, and is appearing dazed for the moment.
He's dazed and confused.
Okay, so I might need to write down that I can do this calming
Memphis.
breath thing.
I'm still focused on poor Hideyoshi
Yeah.
because
Do medicine to me.
Do medicine to me.
Oh
Talk dirty to
my.
me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and switch to water because now I know I can do the remove the strife thing. I'm going to go ahead and do the calming breath thing.
Now everybody's going to
Right.
do a calming breath.
It's a really good technique.
And then I'm going to
It's a
go
good
ahead
tactic.
and do however you want the judge the medicine roll to be.
Do you actually have
I don't have any ranks in medicine.
or the tools to?
Nope. Is he bleeding? Ouch.
Like he's not bleeding out. He's just unconscious.
Can I
at
do
this
the
point.
good old fashioned medicine thing of hey, wake up, wow.
I mean, I will. I am currently at 16 fatigue, and I heal 6 overnight. So if you just leave me here, I will recover enough that I can move tomorrow.
So you continue taking fatigue and strife above your threshold?
Yeah, your fatigue and strife can exceed, and then you have to bring them down the hard way.
Oh.
So if you take like 30 fatigue and you're not dead, well, I don't even know if that's
I
possible.
don't think that would be. That seems a little.
It seems excessive, but who
Well,
knows?
basically, if somebody hits you while you're unconscious, you are taking the critical.
Yeah, and that's what would kill you.
Since Memphis is focusing solely on the welfare of poor Hideyoshi because he's seen how Saheen fights and thinks, oh, she's got this. Little does he know that the enemy's knocked out. Since I got kicked in the face recently and I'm all muddy and whatnot, I'm going to start trying to drag Hideyoshi kind of back towards the campsite a little bit, just kind of get him out of the fray a little bit.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
At this point, he sort of shines. He's looking to you. Why do you not pursue?
Saheen's got him, and I'll look back and probably not see the guy because he fell flat.
Well, he basically conked his head against the tree. At this point, he's
Is he up
heaving
against the tree?
against
Oh.
it, and he's trying to clamber back to his feet.
Okay.
But that's basically his turn, as he is not doing so hot.
Okay.
But
Let's
back
see that
to
Saheen's right there.
back to Saheen.
Back to you.
Wait, seriously? Already
Yeah.
back to me?
Yeah.
Um,
He didn't do anything. I pulled Hideyoshi back.
I am gonna pop him in the nose again.
Okay.
Can
Go
I
for it.
take? Can I do calming breath more than once?
If you do water stance, you can do
I'm
it
in
and
water stance still.
Yeah, you can do it once per turn.
Once per turn, so
Yeah.
this would be my a second turn, as
Yep.
it were.
You'd be like, punch!
So that means that if my fatigue and my strife are still over half, I can remove one again from each.
Mhm.
Okay.
Keep doing that until you're back down to half.
Yeah, which one of them is down to half now, but cool.
Keep breathing. That's the key.
All right, and I'm gonna pop him in the face.
Do it. Pop, pop. Okay, magnitude.
Oh.
You get compromised again.
No, I removed enough that I'll just hit my threshold again. So, 1 success, 1 strife.
It's really stressing me out having to punch you again.
All right. This time, yeah, without opportunity, he's managing to like barely deflect it aside, and yeah, at this point, you've kind of got him cornered. So he's
And I'm probably just like, you are really stressing me out right now, okay?
well, apparently you're stressing him out.
At some point, he's going to become compromised. And you just dissolve into a slap fest.
Oh, that's now.
Oh no!
Yeah, just
I'm missing all of it.
yeah, but that'll be another 8 damage.
That means I'm out, I think,
This guy's
because
a beast!
because it reduces down. Huh?
He's really not that tough. I'm just rolling really well.
I still none of us have gotten that much damage.
I have when I rolled well.
Yeah, but we just don't.
Oh no, sorry, my apologies. He's not in fire stance anymore because he couldn't take that much strength.
But still, it's going to be probably enough to knock you unconscious.
Going to be 5.
-2 would be 3, right?
Yes.
And then 4 plus 3 is 7, which my endurance is 8.
Woohoo! She's alive! Yay!
However, yeah, that will taking even that one is still going to push him. So you see, at this point, he's just dropped into like the feral crouch, and he's just like trying to just pummel at your defenses as you're trying to wear him down as well, and you're just this is cat fight at this point.
This is the ugliest fight. I'm so glad that I'm unconscious. This is very dishonorable.
I am really glad that you were also unconscious not to witness this.
There's no glory to be won here.
Oh no.
Which you basically extricated yourself from the combat.
Well, am I far now looking back? Does it look like
They're just kind of like awkwardly locked together and just like.
It's like Olympic wrestling before they've actually started throwing each other around. They're just mostly just like manhandling each other.
Pretty much.
am I close enough to get into the fray, or
If you're in water stance, you could.
which I am?
Move, action.
Okay. Already tried reasoning with him. That's not working out all that well.
Not very well.
Sorry that I only have one on Earth. With my little petite frame, I'm going to do the classic equivalent of a bull rush
Mm-hmm.
and try to knock them both down.
Okay.
Since they're both grappling each other, so just like go for both of them. Since I probably can't aim for just the one
I'm
guy.
really glad
I
I
think
used you as a jumping point then. Okay.
You're going for a strike. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll call that fitness overwhelm.
Okay.
So the sounds of the bowling pins being knocked over in the
Right.
background.
Fitness overwhelm. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So am I in fire stance then, or no? I'm in water stance. But
It
you're
would
having me
be
do.
water, but this.
You're having me do this.
I guess I would allow shift as you're trying to.
Okay. So doing. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll yeah. Sure. Sure. Well, we'll make it interesting.
It's gonna be finished hard. I'm very excited about this.
What you got, Memphis?
Well, do I want to become compromised or not? That is the question.
Everybody's just flailing at each other.
I am going to go ahead and sadly. Well, no, we'll go that. So one success, one opportunity, one strike. So I'm at my threshold, but I haven't gone over and been compromised yet.
Okay. You just kind of awkwardly sidle into the fray. And
Hello there.
everybody is kind of jostled and kind of pressing each other up against the tree trunk at this point.
I'm at waist height.
And yeah, you just all locked in this really awkward attack hug. And it's weird.
It's weird for everyone. Probably the kid
Yeah.
is most weirded out.
Yeah, as you glance back over your shoulder through the flail of limbs, you just see Iso is just standing there, just this look of
Who
bewilderment
are
on his
these
face.
samurai?
Uh,
Samurai.
okay.
These are the quotations I make it with my claw hands.
Man, at this point, yeah.
Seth is like, can it be over? Come on.
At this point, Mr. Interloper is just gonna try to wrench himself free and just
Run for
get
it.
away from this craziness. Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
No, he's not able
Default.
to.
Oh my gosh.
He's not able to wrench free of this at all.
Okay, can I?
Back to you, Sadie.
Alright, I'm gonna take a calming breath
Mhm.
again.
Too bad you can't fail and you just punch me in the face. That's pretty ironic.
And then I am gonna take another punch at the dude.
Uh-huh.
Please hit him. May the force use a void point to get more?
How do I use void point?
Basically, if you spend that, you roll an extra ring die.
So you'll roll an extra.
And you can keep an extra die.
Okay.
It's basically like in.
Temporarily increasing your rating.
Okay, I will roll another one. What? No, I don't want to roll it. Roll it. Okay, here's the thing, guys.
You're a compromise.
No,
Oh.
I'm not gonna take all of these.
You're gonna not hit him.
I'm gonna take one of them and one of the sploders and explode it, which means that
You miss.
1 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife.
We're trying, Seth. We're trying.
Alright.
Level one.
You're
Level
feeling
one.
about, and basically between you and Memphis, just slowly, awkwardly, trying to lock him down. You're between the two of you. You're slowly bringing him down.
Dude,
To the
Memphis,
ground.
get out of the way, dude!
Right.
Yeah, it's like anytime you're able to line up a good shot, Memphis is in the way. Anytime, anybody is able to get any sort of upper ground, you just kind of trip up over each other. And what do you do, Memphis?
I'm going to try to finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and stay in water stance, so that way I can go take a calming breath.
Yes.
I
How calm
know
is.
the calm might be quite fun.
Such
Uh,
in my lungs.
right, and hopefully I'll get him this time.
Yep.
Well, okay. We'll keep you two. All right. I have 3 success,
Okay.
2 strife, and I'm back to being on my threshold.
Alright. However, in your mad flailing, quite by accident, you managed to accidentally collide your elbow into this man's temple, and he slumps over unconscious.
Yay!
There was much rejoicing.
As you all fall apart and kind of slump back to the ground, he's lying there motionless, and you're just breathing heavily and taking in the victory you've just secured.
I would like to tie him up if we have any rope
Okay.
between the 3 of us.
We'll deal with that next time as we leave off here. You just hear Iso behind you just mutter, "The worst samurai ever."
Shut up, kid. We took care of him.
My face.
Oh, calm down.
Okay. Yoshi is still lying there unconscious. His sword is there next to him with bits of other
I
people's
walk
skin
over
on it.
and poke you with a toe.
And we will pick up here next time to see what you do with apparently your prisoner as you're going to tie this man up. So we will visit the misadventures of our heroes here next time on Tim Portalers. Thanks for checking out our show. If you want to learn more about us, follow us at Tim Portalers on Twitter, or you can email us directly at tim.portalers@gmail.com.